voyages of the starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission: to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
All right. Oh gosh, I'm totally off the screen now. That was hilarious. All right, let's see if I can actually get the shot now. There it is. All right. So what's the whole deal with Star Trek or Star Trek, you Trekkies out there? Well, we had so much fun with you talking about my cool glasses and how it made me look like I think you said it from Borg or something like that, that I decided I would find something really cool that was Trekkie related and do it as a giveaway. So the giveaway is going to be this. All right, I'm going to set these to the side here. The giveaway is going to be this. So you can win, and I'm going to zoom in on this. So you can win this. Is going to be, tell me what sewing machine, if there was a sewing machine on the USS Enterprise, what kind of sewing machine would it be, and what kind of projects would they use it for? What would they do with it? All the particulars. And you can see I've got kind of a really cool mobile here that it hangs on, and then when you don't want to hang that, you can hang this little guy here as well. I'm not a super smart Trekkie guy, so this little vehicle can also hang from that when the USS Enterprise is not on there. I think this is all pewter. I know when I bought it, it was definitely not cheap. And then it came as well in this collectible box. Apparently this was put out by Hallmark. And I don't know if you can see that. Let me turn my screen around so I can see as well. There, yeah, you can see it sort of. So this was in like a commemorative type thing. I think it was 30 years of Star Trek is what it was. And so the contest is going to be this. Let me set this box to the side. It's really kind of a cool piece. I almost hung on to it myself, and I thought, no, this would be really a fun giveaway. So let me do this. Let me come out again so we can actually see each other. Whoop, wrong way. I almost went to warp speed there. Watch out. Watch out. All right. All right, I think I got it. I think we might have it. Okay. So the contest is going to be this, to win this really cool mobile. I'll get a little bit closer. You can see it really close in the camera. It's got little lights and everything. I think there's battery. According to the box, there's batteries you can put in this thing, and then I think the little red lights. See the little red lights on the front? The little red lights for the, I guess when the exhaust afterburners kick in and it just goes zoom. You can actually put batteries in this, according to the box, and then it'll blink or light up or do something cool. So, but in order to win this, you have to tell me, number one, what kind of sewing machine would be on the USS Enterprise. Secondly, what would they use it for? And then what you have to do is post it underneath the video, this video that's on Facebook. And then after you post it, tell all your friends, your family, dogs, pets, small squirrels, rabbits, anyone you can get to like your post that you've listed. Hey, this is the machine that would be on the USS Enterprise. Here's why. Here's the kind of projects they would do, etc. Have a little bit of fun with it. And then get all your friends and everyone else to like it. Whoever gets the most likes by August 15th will win this cool mobile. And I'll send it to you. And like I said, it's way cool. It apparently lights up. It's collectible. It looks like it's made out of pewter, and it's just awesome. So if you're a Trekkie, you better jump all over this. you know, get all those likes you can. Kind of like when I did the contest giveaway for the sewing machine, but this is going to be for the USS Enterprise pewter mobile, a collectible for 30 years of Star Trek, apparently. So I'm going to set this to the side so I don't break it, otherwise that'll ruin the contest. And what we're going to focus on at this point, let me set all my stuff to the side. What we're going to focus on at this point is we're going to focus on this really cool 130-6 that belongs to Teresa. As a matter of fact, I am slotted to meet her husband locally tomorrow so that he can pick up his wife's sewing machine. And this machine, as you may remember for some of the pictures, had a number of challenges. It had wiring issues galore. It had timing belt issues that were frayed. So that was a lot of work to get that done. And then I just did a real quick little cleanup on the body of it as well after I did a deep cleaning and service on this machine. So it's a spectacular, super powerful German engineered sewing machine. And some of you have asked me before, what's the difference between a 130 and a 130-6? Well, let me zoom in on the needle, and I'm going to actually give you an impromptu contest question that relates to that question. Let me see if I can get this lined up real well here. There we go. I think that's pretty good. Okay, I'll flip my screen around. So here's the contest question, okay? How many different types of FAF 130s are there? In other words, we know about the FAF 130, right? We know about the FAF 130-6, but how many other FAF models in that 130 series are there, and can you name them? And I'm going to send you something extra special. If you can name how many, you'll get a prize. And if you can name the specific models that there are within that 130 series, then I'll send you something even extra special above and beyond that. And I'll give you a clue. It's less than 6, but more than 2. Not much of a clue, I know. Less than 6, but more than 2, as far as the different classes within the 130 series. Okay? So see what you can do with that. That'll be kind of fun, I think, for you to look that up and to try to get that answer posted. And obviously, as always, you'll post it on the Facebook business page underneath this video so that it's easy to find, it's easy to see. Don't post it on YouTube. If you do, I may not see it for a week or so. A lot of activity on YouTube. I don't always have a chance to check all the questions and comments, so please post it on Facebook. All right, so let's just do a little bit of sewing on this 130-6. And as usual, I'm not going to be putting this 130-6 to the test. It's got a 1.3 amp motor, German engineered. I went through that motor meticulously, replaced the brushes, give you an idea of how worn the brushes were on this. Let me see if I can get this. I still have it on the workbench. All right, let's see here. Okay, so, and I may have shown this in some of the pictures. I don't remember. If I didn't, well, then you'll see it now. But you might see it now if I can get my fine motor skills working. So that gives you an idea. Let's see if I can do it like that. Sort of like that. I think that works, sort of. At any rate, it was about halfway worn down. So the brushes were worn down. It takes a while for the carbon brushes to wear out, but as they lose their girth and the length and just the overall material that's on there to generate that spark, because obviously there's electricity that travels through those carbon brushes. That's how the motor works. So as they wear down, it has a big impact on the motor, along with a variety of other things too. So, all right, so this is Teresa's 130-6 with a new lease on life after a lot of rewiring and also replacing those timing belts on the machine as well. We're going to go through some heavy grade denim. I'm not sure exactly what kind of sewing. Well, yes, I am. I'll correct myself there. I know Teresa shared with me in her note, she said she's basically a hardcore quilter, and I'm trying to read her note here. And this is primarily, this 130-6 is going to be used primarily for straight stitching and primarily on cotton. So it's perfectly appropriate that we're going to go over some of this this denim, at least to do some comparative stitching on it in relation to what Teresa will be sewing. And we basically have 2 layers right here. I'm going to go ahead and fold it in half, and then we're up to 4 layers of heavy grade denim. Not a big challenge for this German machine, but we'll see what this FAF 130-6 can do with this task. All right, so here we go. 4 layers of heavy grade denim. Rock and roll. All right, now does that sound like an industrial strength machine, or does it kind of purr like a kitten? I'm hearing purring, at least from sitting right in front of the machine. It runs unbelievably smooth, unbelievably quiet. And you know what? Beyond that, our litmus test for a great machine is what? Obviously stitch quality, right? So here's our top stitch right here. You can see at a glance, it's an absolutely spectacular stitch in every respect. The spacing, the formation is absolutely spot on. We turn it over and we've got an equally gorgeous lock stitch as well. I'm going to turn it like this as well, kind of on an angle, and pull it back a little bit so you can just see how spectacular that is. And like I said, we're not testing the strength of this machine. This is a 130-6 with a 1.3 amp German engineered motor that I've gone through on this workbench. You know what? We probably could put at least 10 layers, 12 layers before we even started to give this machine even an inkling of a challenge. So that's definitely a thumbs up on the denim. So the next thing we're going to sew up on is this US Army grade canvas. I'm going to try to go a little bit thicker on this if I can fold it right. We've got basically 1 layer right now, folding it in half. We're up to 2. We're going to go again up to 4. And let's see if I can fold it one more time. I don't know if I can or not. Kind of smooth it out a little bit. Yeah, I think that's going to be awkward. So we're going to stick with just 4 layers of this US Army grade canvas, and maybe what I'll do is I'll zip down it with a zigzag stitch. Even though Teresa's going to be using this predominantly for straight stitching as it relates to her quilting, let me see if I can dial this machine to give us a zigzag and at least see how it does from a zigzag standpoint. Also, I've got to draw this take-up arm all the way up because we're way down in the valley on that right now. And let's see how this machine does with 4 layers of heavy grade canvas. Again, we're not challenging the machine, we're just wanting to present the stitches. So here we go. 4 layers of US Army grade canvas. Here we go. Well, once again, it's like, what's the point? What the heck is the point? If we had one of the newer machines you can buy at your local retailer, it'd be like really impressive that we just went through 4 layers of US Army grade canvas with a zigzag stitch. But this is a FAF 130-6. It's been on my workbench. It's a laugh, right? But nonetheless, you get a chance to at least see the stitch quality, which is absolutely spectacular. Everything about it, the spacing, the presentation of that zigzag is just absolutely spectacular. We turn it over, you know what, the lock-in is even presenting better. I like this yellow thread. I've kind of gone away, at least for a little bit, from my red thread. I love red thread, but this yellow really pops nicely. Plus it kind of matches the branding colors of the FAF machine as well, which was part of my motivation as well. So you know what? This, just like this denim, this heavy grade denim, it definitely gets a thumbs up. I'm going to move my lights forward just a little bit. Hopefully you'll be able to see this a little bit better. And we'll go ahead and let you take a closer look at these stitches. Let me go ahead and get my screen turned around. That's not too bad, actually. That's not too bad at all. All right, let's zoom in just a little bit. We'll look at the zigzag first. Got to kind of loosen my camera up a little bit. There we go. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. And again, you know, we're not doing anything earth-shattering here. 4 layers of U.S. Army grade canvas. That's not an easy task. It isn't. But it's not a big challenge either for one of my machines that's been on the workbench. And here's our straight stitch that Teresa is going to be using this machine for predominantly on cotton. And cotton and denim have similar attributes, so I think that this is also indicative of what she should expect from a stitch quality standpoint. And if I come out a little bit, you can look at them side by side. You know what? Those are just absolutely spot on as far as what I consider to be a near perfect stitch. So, you know what? This machine is definitely ready to go to work for Teresa. It could certainly do a lot more than straight stitching for her. It's got a number of built-in stitches with it. You don't need a cam with a 130-6. The Germans are really high speed when it comes to putting that engineering into the machine so that it gets the job done without having to add anything to the equation. And remember as well, along with this video being centered on Teresa's machine and this spectacular 130-6, I'm also challenging you with 2 different contests. The one as it relates to the Star Trek Enterprise, USS Enterprise. Get all those likes posted next to your comment about what sewing machine would be on the USS Enterprise, what kind of projects would it be used for, etc. Have fun with it. Write a little something up. Don't just, you know, blump. If you do something blumpy, I'm probably not going to recognize it as a legitimate posting. So give something into it. Have fun with it. Put down there the particulars of what you see that machine looking like on the USS Enterprise, how it's going to be used, and specifically what kind of machine it's going to be. And we might as well wrap up this video with some appropriate music that I started to end up with at the beginning of the video. Now, I might try doing a little bit of lip syncing here, but don't be too critical of me, okay? All right, here we go. Thanks for being a subscriber.